All right, y'all, welcome to the show. We have the Satanic Panic from the 1990s is making a comeback. For those of you who don't know what that is, there was a time in the 1990s when people genuinely thought that there were like evil people among us who were summoning demons and the devil, and they were sort of doing outward expressions of this negative, dark energy, and they think that's all real. So Republicans are now all in on that like this. I can't even keep up with the culture war stuff. You know, the other day it was like, oh my God, gas stoves, they're going to ban your gas stoves, bro. That's terrible. Now it's like, Hollywood is literally satanic. So all fun and games. We'll get to that in a little bit. Later on in the show, we have Joe Biden is accused of being too mean to Big Pharma. Too mean. I wish I was joking. And then we also have a poll later on. What percentage of Americans want to see a rematch of Donald Trump versus Joe Biden in 2024? And Matt Gaetz stops his little fake populist tap dance to tell you what he really thinks about poor people. That's a good one. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump into it here. So this, excuse me, this Twitter account, End Wokeness, is at this point just openly right-wing Twitter account. And look at what they say here about the Grammys the other night. This is all perfectly normal, and don't you dare question it. And you see a picture of Sam Smith, who performed his song Unholy at the Grammys. And the title here, I'm not sure, it might be a Daily Wire, Daily Caller article or something. Non-binary pop star Sam Smith performs BDSM devil-themed Unholy at the Grammys. So they're doing the, bro, these guys are evil because look at the thing. They're wearing red. They got the devil horns. They're like summoning, unholy spirits. But I'd love to ask this person, what exactly are you getting at? Like, what exactly do you think is going on here at this Grammys performance? I can tell you what I think is going on. They're trying to be edgy and they're trying to be interesting. And so they have the theme for a song called Unholy, by the way. The theme of like, what if I dress like a devil? And you got everybody in red, you got the red lights, so that's it. Like, story over. What else do you think is going on? Do you think that these are actually satanic people who worship the devil? I'm sincerely asking. I mean, I know they can't answer right now because I'm just doing my show, but I would love for this End Wokeness person, who I'm sure fancies himself or herself like, I'm just a truth teller, bro. I'm just against the left-wingers who get obsessed over garbage. And then now you're obsessed over this garbage? Like, what do you actually think is happening? And he says, like, this is not normal. Actually, I would argue it is normal. This is what, I mean, Hollywood, whether it's in movies or TV shows or music, sometimes you have a theme, and the theme is outside of, like, what do you want? All entertainment to look like Leave It to Beaver? You want everything to be like the 1950s thing where it's the woman in the kitchen and the man comes home with his suit on and they pet the dog and the white picket fence. Like, is that what you want everything to be? I don't understand. So there's one more I want to show you here before we get to the videos, and the videos are good. Right here. Notice the theme yet? And then you see, again, celebrities wearing red. This is Doja Cat, by the way. I didn't know who it was in a video we previously did where we saw this picture of Doja Cat and people were getting at me, but now I know it's Doja Cat, okay? and look, they connected it to Biden giving his speech when he had the red lights behind him. Like, what are you actually... Just say it. Just say it. What are you actually saying? Do you think Democrats worship Satan? Are they pro-demon? Like, just say it. What are you trying to say? I hate this, like, they dance around it, you know? Like, what exactly is the point here? I would love for them to go into it further. Well, thankfully, we have some right-wing hosts who do go into it further. So here we have Benny Johnson. Now, my favorite story about Benny Johnson is he once attacked a website because of the ads he was getting on the website. And it was like some gay cruise ad. Like, hey, for gay singles, come on this cruise. And picture like two dudes like near each other and having fun. Ha, 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 ha. And people reacted to him and were like, hey, dude, these are like ads that are specific to you. So it looks up like what your internet search history is, and then it's recommending you stuff they know you would like. And he didn't realize that that's the way the ads were made. And so he basically outed himself in front of the world. Jesus, man. He wasn't trying. I feel a little bad for him, but not that bad because he's another one of these anti-gay types. And it's like, well, we see what's going on here. Anyway, so this guy's on Newsmax. He says that Satanism is, quote, resurgent, and we're going to see a lot of that tonight in Joe Biden's State of the Union speech. So obviously this video is from the other day. Let's see what he has to say.
Laughing at the Grammys. The Grammys had the worst viewership ever. It's incredible. Woke Grammys had just 12.4 million viewers. We do that many viewers like in an hour some days on social media. It's like, depending on like what we're doing on our sites and depending on what's going viral and where, and this is humiliating. So it turns out that Satan doesn't sell, ladies and gentlemen. Good. And everyone should be applauding that. We covered this, by the way, on the show yesterday, and I sort of wanted to put a button on why Satanism is so resurgent. A lot of people emailing me, and feel free to email me anytime your thoughts, benny@bennyjohnson.com. And also, shout out in the comment section where you are watching from. Want to make sure that everyone knows we have an international audience here. It is so special. All 50 states, all across the world. Some of our largest viewership is now in Germany. What the hell's going on with that? Are the Germans becoming based? Good for you. And Australia and England, New Zealand. Cool, man. We're really, really excited about the growth of this show. But what we did want to state, and the reason why we're excited about the international growth of the show is that we do talk about consistent principles and principles that are able to be held by all humanity for all time, actually. Truth that organizes a society toward their creator. And
let me just pause here to say, dude, you got to pick it up. You got to get it. As much as we dunk on Ben Shapiro and Steven Crowder and those kinds, at least they can hold your attention. Man, dude, take an Adderall. Do something. Do something. I'm snoozing over here, fam.
The opposite of truth, lies. And the origins of Satan, and, we can put up the images of Sam Smith as Satan dancing. You have, like, obese Satan, like, so grotesque and disgusting last night. Portly Satan, definitely, Satan definitely needs to start getting on his, Peloton. Is that what they would? Peloton. Got it? Hey, all right, dad joke. What's the point here, ladies and gentlemen? Why do they do this? Why do they do this? Every single year, there's some type of iconography of some type of satanic or religious desecration, right? Doesn't matter if it's Madonna 30 years ago trying to desecrate the Virgin Mary, so on and so forth. The reason they do this is quite plainly laid out. In humanism, they worship themselves. They worship the system of government, Marxism, that does away with the church. The first chapter of Karl Marx's Communist Manifesto says we will fight capitalism and we'll fight the church. The church organizes society to look to a creator, to look to a God, to look to universal truths like all men are created equal, and to better themselves. And these godless Marxists look to not God, but to themselves for rulership. And we're going to see a lot of that tonight in Joe Biden's State of the Union. In fact, that's his. How Joe Biden organizes his own life.
So does this guy believe that everybody who's done some sort of devil-themed or red-themed song or movie or whatever, that they all are Satanist Marxists? Like, he brought up Madonna there. Is Madonna a Marxist? Is Sam Smith a Marxist? It's amazing just how much they make stuff up. The idea that there's a rising wave of Satanism in the country, what does that mean? Are you saying that lefties worship Satan? That's something that we do? These are the same people, by the way, who take the, I'm blanking on the name of the group. What is it? It's not the Church of Satan, is it? Church of Lucifer? Something like that. These are the kinds of people that think that group is serious, that they actually believe in Lucifer. And of course, that's not the case. The whole point of a group like that is to troll the people on the right who don't understand separation of church and state, where they want to have, Jesus groups and church groups at a public school after school. And the reaction from other people who understand the Constitution is, okay, look, then we'll do like a Satan group to show you that when you open the door, you're opening the door to every kind of religion and ideology, and perhaps we should just keep religion out of school completely. That's the point. It's almost like, hey, if you drop the church group in the public school, we'll drop this Satan group. This is the kind of guy to take what these people say at face value, like, bro, they just actually worship Satan. That's what it is. There's a rising tide of Satanism. Now, I want you to stop and think about this for me. This is what this guy's obsessed with. This is what this guy's concerned about. This is what this guy is focusing on his show. A non-existent, totally fake, totally made-up rise of Satanism. At the same time, we have a country with 600,000 homeless people, including maybe up to 100,000 homeless veterans. We have 85 million people who are uninsured or underinsured with their health insurance. Medical bills is the top cause of bankruptcy. We have working people struggling across this country, over 70% living paycheck to paycheck. There's all these things this dude could focus on if he actually wanted to make the world better. Instead, he fearmongers over a non-existent rise in Satanism. I can't. Do these people really think that in Hollywood they wake up every day and like, "Mwahaha, today we shall worship Satan. Mwahaha, we want bad things for everybody. Mwahaha, mwahaha." I don't get them. I'm not done yet, though, because now we have this goofball, Michael Knowles. He's going to dive in on the same thing. It's like they all get their talking points at the beginning of the day, and they all run with the same thing.
So Sam Smith gives an overtly satanic performance with all sorts of transsexuals and fire coming up. First point there, by the way, and I noticed this the other day, even before Sam Smith's performance. Isn't it odd how depictions of demons, how depictions of weird, ghoulish, devilish, demonic figures are always androgynous? They're never super duper hyper masculine chads.
That is like the least true thing anybody has ever said. I'm sure you guys have experienced this. I've experienced this. When you see a picture of the devil, or when you think of the devil, you think of, like, at least I do, a jacked dude with like a pointy mustache, with horns, with a pitchfork, and with a pointy tail, and he's like, the idea, what? There's no hyper masculine depictions of it. Why are we even talking about this? Why are we talking about the demons or the devil or Satan or whatever? Why are we talking? This is all so stupid. This is all so stupid. This is what you're focusing on. And again, the implication of everything they're saying is Hollywood elites worship Satan, and they're trying to like trick your kids into getting involved in Satanism. But what's really pernicious about this is he's linking Satanism with like being trans or being a drag queen. So, and like, if you have a trans kid and you're a conservative family, if the kid comes out as trans, he wants your reaction to be, no, that's just the devil who poisoned your mind, and I want to try to save you and bring you back to the light. So I'm going to deny you trans care, for example. So it's actually pernicious. Just like with Benny Johnson bringing up, you're going to see a lot of this Satanism stuff in Joe Biden's speech. Where? What Satanism? What are you talking about? You know what he talked about for most of the speech? It was like, hey, we're bringing American jobs back here. 350,000 new jobs have been onshored. We've created 800,000 factory jobs since I got in office. We want to buy American. We want to hire American. That's what he was talking about. Is that satanic? Well, again, according to Benny Johnson, all these people who do performances involving like a red theme or a devilish theme, they're all like closet Marxists.
They're never beautiful, truly gorgeous women with classical proportions and representations of beauty. They're always androgynous. They're always trans. And the reason for that is that the devil hates human beings. And sexual difference is basically at the very core of human nature. The difference between man and woman, the complementarity of man and woman, is right there at the heart of human nature. And the devil hates humanity, and so he tries to cut away at the very core of humanity. Okay, that's my first observation.
So I'm just going to make this pitch to anybody who might be right-leaning who's listening to this. I'm just going to make this pitch very simple. So many of the right-wing commentators in the wake of this Grammys performance, I think Ben Shapiro even got in on this game, and he's supposed to be the more like intellectual one, right? These guys all hopped on this bandwagon, going after, you know, the left is satanic and look at what they're doing. Look what the performance is saying. It's very like, it's all this conspiratorial thing that like they all get together. They want to like brainwash your kids into, you know, Satanism and leftism. By the way, leftism is about like helping people. Leftism is about making a society more fair and more just. Leftism is about looking after like the poor and the working class and making sure they have a fair shot at a decent life, giving people healthcare, giving people education. To the extent Satanism is a thing, if it's about hurting people, that would be the polar opposite of what leftism actually is. But again, their point is there's like this conspiracy of Democratic politicians and Hollywood elites, and they're all like secretly satanic and they do demon worship and devil worship. So in other words, our political opponents are pure evil and you need to avoid them at all costs and you need to recognize them for what they are. And the trans movement is an embodiment of Satanism. And you need to recognize all this for what it is. This is what these people are talking about. Not so subtle implications that their political opponents are all satanic by their very nature. Are these the people you want to be hanging out with? Are these the people you want to be echoing their arguments? Is this who you agree with? You think this is reasonable? Or would you rather be with the people who are sincerely engaged in an effort to get everybody health care? So we don't have medical bills being the number one cause of bankruptcy. So we don't have 45,000 people dying every single year in this country because they don't have health care. Would you rather be with these guys, or would you rather be with people who are trying to end homelessness and fix the system? Would you rather be with these guys, or would you rather be with the people who are trying to end corruption and get money out of politics? I mean, I think your choice is very clear. Now, they could straw man the left all they want, as if we're all like satanic devil worshippers or something, but you're just clowning yourselves, right? Because the other half the time you guys talk about, bro, we need to engage honestly and steel man our opponents, don't straw man our opponents. We need to believe in the free marketplace of ideas, bro. And then this is how you discuss the left, and this is how you discuss people you disagree with, and these are the conspiracies you come up with, because somebody did a performance wearing a red outfit with some devil horns, you think like, oh, bro, what are they trying to tell us, bro? It's just so dumb. It's just so dumb. It's obviously art. It's obviously an attempt to be edgy. It obviously fits the theme of the song Unholy, right? But no, there's got to be some deeper meaning, bro, like Marxism and Satanism, and it's just so poison-brained. But anyway, I just gave you a couple of examples here, guys. This was endless. This was all over the right. And look, they really are overreaching at this point. They really are. Come on, come have a real discussion. Let's do it. You don't need to straw man everybody as somebody who believes in Satan. But I highly doubt that me telling them this is going to change a single thing about their commentary. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.